Hi, everybody. Leanne Holitza from the Healing Studio. I am super excited to introduce you to Debbie Asmus. She's a new practitioner at the Healing Studio. She's coming with a program called Cuppasana, and it is cupping combined with yin style yoga. And I am going to give her a little bit of a chance to tell us about herself and what this is about. But she's a massage therapist, and she's been a massage therapist for over 30 years, and she's been a yoga instructor for 12. And she says she loves the human body. So, hi, Debbie. Thanks for joining me.
Hi, thanks for having me. I so appreciate it.
So, at the Healing Studio, we are all about self-care in whatever format is, meant for you. So not everybody likes to do everything that we offer here, but we like to offer a variety. And I know that I'm throwing you for a loop a little bit by starting off with this question, but tell me what your personal philosophy is around self-care and healing.
Well, I love that you started with that you're all about the self-care. So I'm a self-proclaimed queen of self-care. I love all the things, you know. And again, I've been a massage therapist for a long time, and I always joke that one of the reasons I became a massage therapist is so that I could receive massage more often. And I went to school. I got my first massage I think at 22, and that's sort of at the same time I injured myself pretty severely. I woke up at 22 years old and couldn't walk
Oh no.
one morning after lifting a keg bartending. Obviously not a good move. But it turns out I'd herniated a disc in my low back. And that's how I got into massage and yoga and chiropractic. And really, from then on, it was just always about making sure that I took care of myself, so that that maybe didn't happen again. It actually happened two more times in my lifetime. And and I was young and I healed really quickly, but the second time is when I really got into yoga. And my yoga instructor at the time said, give me 3 months and only do yoga three times a week, no other exercise, which was hard for me. And I said, okay. And it worked. Like it was amazing.
That's
So,
awesome.
I did also get massage. I got massage and I did yoga. And then the third time was just like 10, 12 years ago, and sort of the same thing happened. I did finally learn that high impact sports are not my friend. So that's the self-care I have to do now is that like I can't run, I can't jump, those kinds of things. But I just am a big fan of, again, taking care of ourselves, moving our bodies as much as we can for as long as we can, because we never really know what might happen. And and I've seen examples of that, what happened to myself, and I've seen it happen to other people. And so, if we're injured or we become ill or whatever, we're going to come to it from a much better vantage point, the healthier we are going into it. So that's kind of
All
where I'm
right. Love
at.
it. So let's talk about what you're bringing to the Healing Studio. What's Cuppasana? How did this idea of this class come about?
So, Cuppasana is trademarked by another massage therapist, actually, and she teaches therapeutic cupping. And she got together with a yoga teacher and they created this format. And I was like, this is right up my alley because I get to merge, my massage in the form of therapeutic cupping and my love of yoga. And yin yoga is what we do the cupping with. So yin yoga is all about, I don't know if it's okay to go into that now, but it's all about lengthening of the connective tissue. And so connective tissue is what is between muscles and bones and typically around joints. And injuries around joints are the most common form of injury, especially as we age. Like you really hear of the 85-year-old that, tore her hamstring. You hear that she threw her hip out, right? So The yin is just really amazing for that. And then the cupping just is a really nice way to enhance that lengthening. It's a little different than if you were to go get cupping from your acupuncturist, or even if you go get cupping for a massage. It's a little gentler. It just is there to enhance the yin piece. But it's amazing.
Awesome. And I'm going to get this right to say it right by the time we get done
That's all right. Yeah.
with it. Cuppasana.
Cuppasana, you got it.
Yes.
You got it. It doesn't matter.
I kind of am curious, like, what can someone expect during a class like this? And what do they, how do they, when they get there, what does the room look like? Do they need to bring yoga mats or yoga clothes? Like, what do they wear? What can they
Yeah,
expect?
great question. Great question, because it is designed for anybody. Like if you've never done yoga before, this is a class for you, because yin yoga is very gentle. Well, it's I mean, it is gentle. It's gentle, but it's also, you're mostly on the ground, right? So we're not doing moving standing poses. And it's sort of a cross, to be fair, between yin and restorative. And then I am probably going to bolster you. So yoga clothes, whatever that means, comfortable clothes, you're going to be laying on the floor, uh, maybe arms and legs are going in different directions. So something that will move with you, right? But that said, because we're going to be doing cupping, I need skin exposed. Okay. So what I typically tell people is to wear like loose running shorts so that I can maybe get into the hamstrings and the glutes, because we do a lot of that. And tank tops maybe like this. Some women will go down to a jog bra. Men can take their shirts off. It's all fine. I can cover up with blankets. If people aren't comfortable, and sometimes you get cold laying there, so blankets are a big piece. So I would recommend coming in with a mat and whatever props you may have. And I have some that I'll bring, but like bolsters, pillows, blankets, blocks, straps, all great things to bring. If you don't have them, it's okay. We can modify. Because to be fair, yin traditionally uses zero props, but I don't like that. I like props. I'm a fan of props. So, um, you're going to come in. I'm going to explain what we're going to be doing. Of course, everybody will have their own small set of cups, so I only use those for you, of course, for sanitation reasons. And um, I would expect a nice, deep, relaxed state. I often try to end with a little yoga nidra. And if you don't know what yoga nidra is, it's by definition yogic sleep. So I always say it's sort of like shavasana, which is that last pose in yoga that you do at the end of the class when you're just laying there. Um, I sort of call yoga nidra like shavasana on steroids. It's a very deep, guided meditation that kind of just goes through all the layers to get you into the deepest, closest to sleep as possible without sleeping. And
All right.
that's amazing in itself. So,
Right.
did I answer the question? You
Yeah,
kind
you
of,
answered a lot
okay.
of the questions
Okay.
that I have about this for sure.
Okay.
So let's talk just a little bit about people are sometimes are nervous to try new things, and maybe if they haven't tried cupping before, what would you say to them about cupping and their nerves?
Yeah, so it's true. A lot of people are scared because you see like people on television with like the marks down their body. You may get the marks, and the marks are, and I'll explain that in the classes, but the marks are less after this because I go softer. So in my massage practice, let's say, I should have brought some cups to show you, but in my massage practice, I use a pumping method, and it suctions the air out and pulls the skin up. And typically in massage, I'll go like 3 to 5 pumps. In Cuppasana, I do 2 to 3 max. And because I am moving them from, we might do the same body part a few times. I really want to go less than more. Does
All
that make
right.
sense?
Yeah.
So it's different, whereas massage is pressing down, this is pulling up. It's very effective for me as a massage therapist when I have somebody that I can't, like I feel like I'm just going to be digging there for an hour, getting nowhere. I'll put a cup on that spot, and in 10 minutes, it's softened significantly.
So who is this workshop ideal for?
I mean, truly for anybody. One, if you just want to experience it, I've never done cupping. This is a great way to do it. I've never done yin yoga, also a great way to do it. And then we're doing the same. But it's also great if you do have specific injuries, if you do have hamstring or hip issues. And I say that because I love to focus on those areas. Um, I also do a lot of shoulder and arm stuff too. And again, wherever there's exposed skin, like it's for the beginner who's never done yoga. It's for the person who, you know, does yin all the time. It's for the person who wants to come in and treat themselves to um some really great self-care.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So I have one more question for you.
Yeah.
What's one self-care tip you wish everyone would practice regularly?
Oh, well, I wish everybody in the world would get massage once a week. Bob Hope. I age myself because a lot of people, like my daughter's like, who's that? Bob Hope is an entertainer of like the 1930s through 60s. I don't know. He lived to be 100 years old, and he said that he got massage every day of his life, the last 25 years of his life, and he 100% says that's the reason he lived so long.
Wow. That's awesome.
So for that reason, for longevity, but also I just saw, like the way you feel after a massage or a great yoga class. And to me, I often feel the same way. If everybody could feel that way more often, like what a greater world it would be. I mean, it truly would.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys, I hope you come check out Debbie's work at the Healing Studio. You're going to want to look into the events section of our website and see when the next one is coming up. That's where you can read more about this class and sign up. And I really hope you give it a try, especially if you have these joint issues that she's talking about, or just kind of feeling like you need something to kind of shake up your self-care routine. Because sometimes, what works for us over time starts to need to be a little bit different. So if you haven't tried something like this before, this would be a good place to do it. All right, you guys, I appreciate you hanging out with us while we talk with Debbie, and everybody go be amazing.
Thank you.